What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. Clean this off. Keep forgetting to clean off my lens. But coming to you live. Happy Monday to everyone. Want to discuss this topic here because I for those of you who were on my live chat yesterday, I kind of spoke about it briefly. So I wanted to get into it, more in depth. Now, for those of you guys who have been listening, I do a lot of videos. Good evening, Markeisha. For those of you who have been watching, I talk a lot about Patricia. What's up? I talk a lot about assets and liabilities, right? And I've hinted at that I did a part one and a part two, and I just go more into stuff about relationships and stuff like that. But as far as HW84 Canadian, salam. How is everyone? But this, I just wanted to basically elaborate more on this because just talking about these things yesterday and the nature of where people really are at, they really think that in a relationship, especially men dealing with certain women, they will it goes along with the whole thing, me taking certain people for granted, especially the ones that you should be building with, and realizing that some think that they don't have to either spend any money or they will treat a good woman a certain way. And this goes both ways, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just talking about as far as a relationship, investing in someone. A good woman is an investment, and a lot of times these things up front who you're getting involved with. For example, a woman, and we're not going to get into we can talk about the whole single mother thing and whether she's got kids or not or whatever. There's enough simps out here doing videos on why you should date a single mother and all that, so I'm not going to get into that. I'm just talking about the whole picture as far as dating a woman who has her stuff together, who is about something, who can take care of herself, cares about herself, her appearance. She doesn't have to be a runway model. And I think we were talking about this yesterday. She doesn't have to be a runway model at all. And I talked about also this concept of what is called the adjustable 7, which is something that's discussed within the manosphere, is the adjustable 7. But most of the time, women do also, they go for a woman who is attractive, which is definitely important. You know what I mean? And this is where the whole thing comes in. If you're just going off of someone, Tamara, what's up? If you're just going off of a woman's looks alone, take it from me, you're going to be doomed in the grand scheme of things. For all you young guys that are in your 20s or whatever, y'all do what y'all do if y'all not really considering building your future anytime soon. If you're just looking to be with as many women as possible just for the hell of doing it and create memories, then this video isn't for you. Anyway, well, this video is for everyone. But you take a woman who is basically, not vain, who is actually taking care of herself, responsibilities, has a 5-year plan. These cooking and cleaning and stuff like that can be cultivated, but if someone just doesn't want to do that, that's a different story. If you get involved with someone, they say, I'm not doing this, or this, and all I have to do is have sex with you, and you should be cool with that, then that's on you. But if you're trying to really build something, investment, as far as this whole term that's being thrown around as far as a power couple, becoming a power couple, and making major moves and stuff like that, if you're just with a woman solely based upon what she can do for you sexually, she doesn't motivate you, she doesn't cheer you on, doesn't encourage you in any way, shape, or form, if you have your own place, She doesn't contribute to anything around your house when she comes over. She just eats, messes everything up, and goes on about her business. What is it that you are doing besides having sex? Especially you guys, if you've already, I mean, I don't know. If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. But if you're looking to change someone, it's not going to. Sex does get old after a while. If you're looking to all, you can't change some people, and that's one thing you need to figure out. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. I've already tried trying to work stuff out, and that's where it's important. Where communication, you need to address these issues up front about what your expectations in a relationship, and don't wait till it's too late where you're already moved in with someone. But even when you do move in with someone, they can still turn around and say, I'm still not doing that. You know what I mean? You have some people with a childish mentality. Zoo Life, what's up? Abstract Focus, what's up? Jared Orla, what's happening? Go ahead and get the likes up if you're joining the chat room. You know what I'm saying? It's free, doesn't cost you a penny. If not, if you don't like it, go ahead and dislike it. That'll work too. Or you can hit the super chat as well. Take your pick. But you have these things where you move in. Cornelius, what's up? You move in with someone, and a lot of people nowadays, you move in because it's almost, it's hard enough, out there on your own. But some people, which is smart, they combine incomes and they move in together, and you have to build and make it work from there. But some people have a childish mindset where they would rather impress people in the streets rather than impress who you have at home with you. And this happens a lot. Or spend their money on things, and as far as the guns and butter macroeconomics concept, spend their money on vain things, the butter of it, because they have this additional income. JJ Redwood, what's happening? They have this additional income coming in, this income, and that's where I guess the more mature person needs to sit down with the other one and say, hey, we can be investing this money into something else. We need to save this money up, instead of saying, okay, we got two incomes in the household now, we're just gonna blow it on whatever else, taking trips to Vegas and all this other stuff. There's time for that. Nope, because I'm going to go to the gym after this, and, I got my 300 mode workout I'm getting back on, so, I'm getting a little bit chubby here, so, let y'all think I'm fat. It's sucking my gut. Yeah, you spending money on, toys, gizmos, heels, shoes, all this excessive stuff, and when the bills aren't taken care of first, and you got these gentlemen on here, these simps, who are basically saying, if a woman's living with me, she shouldn't have to pay anything, and especially if she's working. I mean, if she's not working, that's different. But if she's not working, what is she spending her money on? I mean, excuse me. I'm all messed up. If you have a woman, you got two incomes in the household, right? And you have these simps saying, well, if she can work and she'll just keep her money, and I'll just spend my money on everything. So what are you spending your money on? If we're basically, this is where, I don't want to go as far as saying, equal, you need to pay things 50-50, but if you want to be considered, or you want to consider yourself equal to a man, which is what a lot of you ladies out there will say, that I am equal to a man, which is true, you're equal but different, then you can't use that card at certain times, you know what I'm saying? Or basically, if I go out on a date, a man needs to pay, or if I'm living with a man needs to pay everything, things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's only, you can't just use that at certain times. If you want to use it, wear that hat all the time. You know, but if you're both building, then there should be an understanding where one person shouldn't just be spending all their money on bills, and the other person just sits back and just saves their money and just do whatever the hell they want to do with their money. You know what I mean? That's not a partnership. Folks love to stunt in front when honestly we don't have it like that. Yeah, so yeah, stunting, all this BS, you know, you buying stuff that will get you nowhere. Like, back to on to the other side of this coin. The bill. A lot of you dudes out here struggling as it is, and you try to impress a fine woman with money that you may or may not even have. You know what I'm saying? You'll tell her first thing when you meet her, girl, I buy you a bag, I buy you a purse, or some shit like that. Eric Love, what's happening? Dark Man Jeff was good. So I'll buy you this. Let me pay your car note. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, taking her out to eat, bringing her all this stuff. You know, and you know you haven't even all this is based off of face value. You know, you're spending money just based upon, this woman hasn't earned anything per se. Just based on the merit that she's a beautiful woman, you're blowing your entire check on her for the chance, as Alan Roger Curry would say, for the possibility of sex, or just to be in this woman's company. You're spending money. You know, calling her a goddess. You deserve this. You deserve a man like me because I'll spend my money on you. Blah 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 blah. You know, and here you are tricking off and spending all your money, and she's taking it, and you may eventually, you know, have sex with her or get her, and when you do get her, you find out that that's basically all it is. And the fact that she will spend her time with you, you know, just and just to say, well, you're blessed, you should be blessed just to be in my presence, or you should be happy that I even, you know, had sex with you, or things like that. But you got guys who will spend money just to have this eye candy or this woman on their arm when she doesn't benefit them in any other way. You know, probably never even calls them, probably has to text her, you know, and all this other stuff, and she's probably got a few other guys. You know what I'm saying? So you take something, for example. Two people are in a courtship or pre-marriage. Two people are in a courtship or pre-marriage. I don't understand what you're saying, because I think that's both pre-marriage when you're courting someone. But for example, you got you have beautiful women, right, in the sex industry. And when I mean sex industry, I mean like working at, as whether you believe it or not, at a nightclub as a bartender or a bottle girl. That is the sex industry, because they're selling sex. When I say selling sex, they have to promote their bodies by wearing these outfits to attract men and promote clubs with themselves on flyers to objectifying themselves on these flyers and things like that to bring to real men in. So you have these women, you know, and some of these women may have boyfriends, and you know, if a guy, whatever guy that's comfortable with her doing this, you know, he either doesn't have enough money to keep her from working on that job, or she's just doing it just for the love of it, the attention. Because that's one of two things. Because I'll be damned if I got a woman and she's working the nightlife, working in a nightclub as a bartender, or, you know, showing her ass, or even stripping, you know, unless these guys are pimping and she's coming back bringing on the money. Anyway, I go back to say that you're investing your money into this, and all you're getting out of it is sex or the possibility of sex. So this woman is a bill, aka a liability, you know. And how you know that, as soon as the payments stop coming into her, she no longer has use for you. And that's what I mean by saying that. Once you stop cutting those checks, or stop paying her cell phone bill, or you stop paying her water bill, light bill, whatever kind of bill you're paying, she no longer has a use for you, and she will tell you that the next man will do it. And your fear is that she will get another man to do it, even though she's already getting another man to do it. But you're just so dumb, you think it's all about you. If you're trying to date recreation, are you looking for something serious? Tamara C, this is the concept called Mode 1 by Alan Roger Curry. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry anyway. If they would just be upfront and direct with their intentions, I guess the world would be a better place. But I've been told by women in the chat that they'd rather not be told the truth up front. They'd rather hear the lie than a man basically telling you what it is that he wants from you up front. You know what I mean? They'd rather hear the lie and go through the courtship and all this other stuff, like that. So someone's doing from an older person, so you will know if this person is being genuine in your actions towards you. But that discernment is different when you know that this person doesn't mean you any well, and they're basically only with you because of the money, and some guys will pass over a decent woman just because she doesn't look like Beyonce. But and they'll probably search for that their whole life, and then once they get involved with it, they kind of like on. And I alluded to this, I think, in a way back when. What is it? Why Did I Get Married? When dude that was messing with Jill Scott, her character, he found out this woman was fine as hell to him. You know what I'm saying? But she couldn't cook, she couldn't do nothing, couldn't do anything, and end up leaving his wife for her. And come to find out, he made the wrong choice. You're shuffling. It's and I heard this earlier. Get the likes up if you haven't liked the video yet, if you don't mind, or hit the super chat or whatever else. You're shuffling your cards, especially if you already got. And a lot of dudes end up leaving their women for something else, for the possibility grass is greener on the other side. The whole Harlem Nights thing, where the dude calls up his old lady and say he's not coming home anymore. You're shuffling your cards, right? Especially if you have a woman, and a lot of people take these things for granted. You got a woman that's taking care of everything, and you shuffle the deck because you may be pretentious. You're shuffling the deck, taking a chance, gambling, and you end up cutting your queens from the deck, and you end up with a joker, and you're looking stupid. And you're wondering, what the hell was I thinking? And you only get one chance. For those of you who know, it's not easy starting over. 2 Trill, what's happening? It's not easy starting over, man or woman. It's harder for a woman because a woman, you have to, at the end of the day, and men should value their penises more than they do. But as a woman, you might have to lie down with several men to actually find the one. You might have to go through several dicks, just to find that actual guy who's worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? And you dudes out here, you can, screw whoever or whatever, trying to, date, all this stuff. It's not easy, and it's very expensive. Whether time or money, it's expensive, and you're trying to narrow down, search through all these people when you had something good, at home. What's up, Nina? You had something good at home, or you had someone that was down, but you just wanted to roll the dice. This goes for women also, not just men, but more so, men, because they start getting, certain people in this aspect, it's a certain level of being pretentious with this, and not to say that anybody can't get anyone else, but who wants to keep fucking starting over, putting in a cycle, dealing with new feelings, having to learn someone all over again. That person has to learn your ways, that person has to learn what you like, all this other stuff, like I was with a young lady the other night, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm on a player shit, nothing like that, but this lady she was giving me a massage, right? And we was having the same conversation, and I was just like, yo, and y'all probably seen me do a video on like dear women, the main thing men want from you is femininity, a feminine woman. So I was just talking to her about it, and I'm just like, yo, it's, well, based off my experience, I can't speak on your experience, but it's just hard enough just getting a woman to rub your back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm having this conversation with her, and I'm like, yo, it's like, talking to one woman one time, she made it seem like I asked her for a threesome. When I asked her, yo, can you rub my back? You know what I'm saying? Can you get some oil and rub my back? Can you give me a massage? And she acted like that was the end of the world. How dare I ask her to for her to rub my back? Same thing, with I got a beard. I don't really shave. I use clippers to shave. But every now and then, I might get an ingrown hair on my neck, so I'll be like, yo, can you grab that for me? Ew, how dare you? You actually asked me to get an ingrown hair from your neck? Are you serious? And I'm like, damn. And it makes you think like, shit. I mean, excuse me, pardon my French. Like, damn, I mean, like, am I asking for too am I asking for too much? But you may have had a woman that you were with once upon a time that did all of that. Just like you may have had a woman who cooked for you. You didn't have to ask her to make a meal, but some women you ask, yo, can you fix me a plate? Fix you a plate? Who the hell do you think I am? Your slave? Like, damn, I mean, I was just asking, like, goodness. You know what I mean? And we come with baggage and past hurts. If you really don't want to grow old and alone, you want somebody there for you. You have to suffer along with the people. That's what the Bible says. Yeah, I guess. Are you on Facebook or Twitter, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah. So it's one of those things, right? We must think, hard or meditate on what it is that we want in life. Tin skin for the ingrown hair. I don't know what you're saying, man. I don't get that because I don't shave anymore. I use clippers, so I don't really get that stuff anymore. But this is, you must, I don't want to say search your soul, but you must ask yourself, what is it that you actually want at the end of the day? What is it that you want? Do you want to trick off, or are you trying to build something? Are you trying to establish something? Are you trying to have that person there, that's there to help you, there to support you, there to lighten your load? JR, come on now. What are you talking about? What did I say? She said, come on now. Come on now, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Did I say something? Did I say something wrong? I don't know. Be trying to low key. Tamara trying to be low key. Low key with what? Just Google Plus. Okay. I'll wait for you to respond, whatever that means. Sad women, they don't know how to be good companions to men now. The only thing they have to offer is their bodies and asses. They want to allure being in a relationship or being married. Minister Jap put something out, and I agree with it because I kind of I didn't say it in those words, but I've said it in the past on videos. Some women, and he went as far as saying the reason why black marriages don't last is because people want to pretend to be single. And I noticed this a lot also. You know what I'm saying? People want to be, they want to give off this image. I had a talk with O'Shea, and I think O'Shea made a video out of it about, you know, you're single on social media, but you're in a relationship. You know, we were talking about that on his live chat, and he made a, like I said, he made a video about it. You want to give off that appearance that you're single. I know because my ex-wife used to do it while I'm, you know, working. She would give off the appearance and have everybody thinking she's single when she's actually married, you know, when we were together. But other people will do this, and that's why the shit doesn't last, because they want to, you know, men and women, they want to appear attractive to the opposite. They want to know that they're still wanted at the end of the day. When you say, you're saying, guess when I made the Bible reference, I'm just saying, if a woman is not fully submitted to the Lord, she will not know how to be a good woman to you based on worldly influences. So if she hasn't submitted to God, she won't know how to be a good woman. And based on worldly influences, I guess, you know, I guess what you're saying, but it's good parenting, and it's basically mother and a father being present to train the daughter up, train the child up, and if she decides to stray away from it, then she deserves everything that comes along with it. Be proud to be married, exactly, if you want your marriage to work. Some people, just like I said, they like the title of being married, but it's so many, you know, the real hoes of Hollywood, all this media showing all these women out here doing their thing without their husbands and stuff like that. It's cool to be single, you know. It's something to brag about how many men want you, but how many of these men want to marry you though? You know what I'm saying? Women, you know, some women will brag real quick and say, XYZ, these guys want me, these guys are lusting after you. Yeah, but how many of them actually want to marry you? Because once you marry that type of person, you have to deal with everything that comes along with it. And that being, if you marry a woman that's a freak for attention, or a man that's a freak for attention, you have to deal with that, because it just doesn't go away once you marry them. You know, and that's another thing you need to be cognizant, if that's the proper term. You need to be aware of if you're marrying a freak for attention. And if you're trying to be in a relationship with a freak for attention, you know, you have to water that seed. Just like the same thing, if you getting a bad bitch, you trying to handcuff a bad bitch, you have to deal with everything that comes along with that. All the men that she may have been dealing with and are still dealing with, you know, and you have to outdo them in that sense of, as far as the money goes, to keep her pleased, and, you know, just to have this woman on your arm that's not building you up in any way, or sustaining you in any way other than sustaining you sexually, maybe once a week, if that. So you gotta think smart. I don't know why I got a poor connection all of a sudden. This thing is coming in bad, man. 30 minutes on here. But you build, think of what you want. A bad bitch, as quick as she comes, as quick as she can go as well. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's unrequited. The desires you have there are unrequited, and it's conditional. It's conditional, and it's unrequited. So you're setting yourself up for doom and heartache, especially if you start getting feelings for these you know, these women, and you're falling hard into simphood. Is basically what you're doing. You're falling very hard into simphood. That's the essence of it right there. By you doing that, I'm not telling you to go out and get an ugly woman. Excuse me. When I say ugly, let me stop that. I'm not telling you to go out and get a woman that you're not attracted to. I'm not telling you anything. These are just unsolicited thoughts from my asshole, like I always say. Um, but consider things when you're doing them, and try to make the best out of whatever relationship you're in, and give it 100% instead of just sometimes looking for reasons other than if it's something that you just can't deal with, or something that is going to be a detriment to your relationship. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. All of this beauty, if you don't know, and for all you ladies watching, the beauty fades quickly. Men obviously they're not gonna be handsome forever, but definitely for women, your beauty fades quickly, and that's basically. Uh, I'm not saying that's all you have at the end of the day, but that's basically what men are looking at. And if you are basing your life and your entire lifestyle on your beauty, you only have a certain amount of a few years. You know, and if you're in your 30s, I mean, and you're not established, especially mid 30s, you definitely don't have much time. You know what I'm saying? So it's things to consider, and it's also what you're willing to put up with. You know what I mean? So I think I've been rapping long enough on here, longer than I thought I was gonna go. So um, that's really all I have to say about the topic here. You invest. It's an invest. Both are investments at the end of the day. One is just a bad investment. You know, one is a very bad investment. And if you don't know what you should be looking for, talk to someone older. I think I think Tamara said it on here. Talk to someone older if you don't know what you should be looking for. If there was a role model for the longevity of relationships and not vanity, it would help the cause, but the media is wrecking homes and the perception of interaction. Yeah. People shouldn't have to be trained, though. It's if we want to break it down like that, Char Willie, it's we can break it down to economics with what's called ROI, and with marketing, ROI is your return on investment. And if your return on investment is just sex, and then you're cool with that, then that's fine. You know, ugly people act out too, so it's just not beautiful people. I don't understand what you mean. Ugly people act out. I was talking about acting out. I don't know. You can't be ugly twice over. I'm not saying that to be vain or anything. You can't have you can't be a, and I hate this sound so cliche. You can't be ugly inside and outside. You can't be ugly with an attitude. You know, media has influenced bad relationships, dysfunctional relationships. Television is dysfunction, including the stories that these people watch. You know, as they call it down here, the stories, soap operas, the telenovelas, whatever you want to call them. But you know what I mean? How many people we got in here? You just now joining the chat. Make sure y'all keep the likes going. I agree programming at the end of the day. Yeah. Everyone's, tapering off here, so I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll probably try to, after I come from the gym tonight, probably try to do a few videos, a couple to upload. I want to talk about this rich piano stuff and some other crap that's going on. Rap on that. So it's been great chopping it up with you guys. So you guys tune into the next chat whenever that'll be. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shaking like a fiend. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you think it'll be of benefit to someone that you know. Add me on social media if you haven't yet. You know, if y'all haven't gotten a copy of any of my books, make sure y'all get those for less than the price of a Junior Bacon cheeseburger. You can get that in your hands tonight or in the palm of your hand, you know, via ebook. If y'all got any questions, feel free to email me. You know, all of that. Any suggestions or topics, feel free to email me. And please remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. Keep your eye on the prize. The mercy and blessings of the Almighty. Peace be upon you all. And I am out of this joker. Peace.